Hello, bonjour, and welcome to the first ever Government of Canada Public Service Pride Awards. My name is Doreen Flynn, and it's a huge honor to co-host these awards with my friend and colleague, Joël Dupuis. Of course, this is a celebratory event, but that hasn't always been the case. Almost exactly 50 years ago today, on August 28, 1971, more than 100 men and women stood up for the rights of gays and lesbians in Canada. Ce 50e anniversaire mérite d'être souligné. C'est une lueur d'espoir après la discrimination que nous avons subie pendant des années à la fonction publique. Pour ceux et celles qui ne le savent pas, pendant des décennies, quelques 9000 gays et lesbiennes fonctionnaires n'ont pu progresser dans leur carrière en raison de leur orientation sexuelle. Tous y ont perdu. Les pertes financières et personnelles pour ces fonctionnaires et leurs familles ne se comptent pas. La fonction publique aussi en a payé le prix en perdant des travailleurs loyaux, talentueux, collègues et amis de plusieurs. Yet, here we are today, looking back in order to move forward and proudly celebrating the Public Service Pride Awards as a testament to our community's journey of resilience in the face of enormous challenges over the last 50 years. We stand next to the Pride flag today in memory of the LGBTQ2+ survivors who led the first marches, current community activists, and all of you who lead the way within our federal institutions. The flags illustrate how our social identities can overlap through intersectionality, sending a clear signal to Canadians from coast to coast to coast that diversity and inclusion are and must be valued components of our society and how we serve in the public sector.
Thanks, Doreen. La fierté est née de la prise de position, mais aussi de la passion de cette communauté. Le réseau de la fierté dans la fonction publique cherche à reconnaître et à canaliser les efforts de nos collègues de l'ensemble de la fonction publique fédérale pour bâtir une société plus inclusive où tous, sans exception, peuvent travailler, étudier, vivre et aimer en toute liberté. Through our work, we have the privilege of championing policies and programs that are improving the lives of LGBTQ2+ people in Canada. And today is all about celebrations of individuals and collective courage, but also allyship and contributions for diversity at the grassroots. And wow, do we ever have a lot to celebrate with the Public Service Pride Awards, as we'll hear more about in just a minute. So please, build the excitement by spreading the word. Be sure to follow Public Service Pride on Twitter at PSPW2021. And tweet today with any of our hashtags, PSPW2021 ou en français, SWFP2021. Avant de continuer, nous tenons à souligner le territoire traditionnel autochtone sur lequel bon nombre d'entre nous dans la région de la capitale nationale travaillent et vivent. We're honored to have with us Dylan Jenkins, manager of the Kumik Elder Lodge at Cernak, which is located in the National Capital Region where public servants can learn directly from Indigenous elders and knowledge keepers about Indigenous ways of knowing and being. Dylan, who is Bear Clan from the Swampy Cree Anishinaabeg Nations, a two-spirit knowledge keeper and colleague, will now open things in a good way with the acknowledgement of the lands upon which we work and live. Dylan?
Kwe, Ani, Tsansigeya. My name is Dylan Jenkins. I am from the Swampy Cree and Anishinaabeg Nations. I am of Bear Clan and I am Two-Spirit. In the modern vernacular, I acknowledge myself as transmasculine, non-binary, and have been sanctioned by my ancestors and the elders to come to you today to offer a land acknowledgement. A land acknowledgement is more than just acknowledging the land. It is about acknowledging yourself. The land and the people are not separate. The lands upon which I greet you today are the unceded and traditional territory of the Algonquin people, a place of ceremony and trade, a place of sacredness, and the Algonquin peoples have been stewards of these lands for thousands and thousands of years, and therefore they have been stewards of the people. Today, on the shores of the Ottawa River, the Rideau River, amongst the Gatineau Hills, and as we are close to the sacred area of the Chaudière, I come to you with a message, and that message from my ancestors is that all things have masculine and feminine energy, and it is beautiful in all expressions. There is a place and space for all, and nothing in nature is one or the other, it is the all. The gifts of the Two-Spirit have always been acknowledged by the Indigenous peoples, the different genders, the different expressions, the different sexualities, because it was all the sacred energy. It is divine energy. And today we are honoring those who have made a difference, not just for one, but for the all. Congratulations to everyone who will be receiving awards and nominations and acknowledgement today. Because we all matter, we all have a place and space in circle and ceremony. Remember, wherever you are, to acknowledge the land, because you start by acknowledging yourself, acknowledge your community, and then you will be acknowledging the Indigenous peoples who have remained as stewards of these lands far before settlers came to visit, and it was known as Turtle Island. Together we are better, and together we will walk in beauty. We are the medicine. Miigwech.
Miigwech, that was very important and powerful. The Public Service Pride Awards are co-championed by Christine Tremblay, Deputy Clerk of the Privy Council Office, and Jason Bett, Champion of the Public Service Pride Network. Nous sommes très reconnaissants du soutien que Christine et Jason nous apportent. Doreen et moi, nous ne serions pas là sans leur leadership. Ils prendront d'ailleurs la parole sous peu. Le soutien inconditionnel de la sous-greffière témoigne bien de l'engagement clair et profond qu'a pris la fonction publique de créer des milieux où les gens de diverses identités sexuelles et de genre peuvent se sentir en sécurité et totalement eux-mêmes. Now, let's hear Deputy Clerk Tremblay share some of her thoughts on behalf of the Government of Canada.
Thank you, Joël. Bonjour, everyone, and happy Public Service Pride Weeks. I'm so proud to co-champion this award with Jason. I want to personally thank him for taking on the champion role, and all the public servants out there from coast to coast to coast who are doing similar work to advance diversity, inclusivity, and intersectionality. Lorsque Jason m'a sollicité au sujet de ces prix, j'ai accepté d'emblée de participer parce que cette communauté me tient personnellement à cœur. Je suis ravie que nous puissions souligner aujourd'hui vos réalisations. Les prix de la fierté de la fonction publique ne sont pas que des certificats et des plaques. Il s'agit de reconnaître la valeur des mesures concrètes visant à éliminer les obstacles à l'inclusion auxquels se heurtent les personnes LGBTQ2+, dans la fonction publique. Il s'agit aussi du prolongement d'une action encore plus vaste. Comme Doreen l'a mentionné tout à l'heure, ces prix s'inscrivent dans une longue suite d'actions en faveur d'un milieu de travail inclusif pour tous et toutes. Today, we stand on the shoulders of all the people who have been fighting for the right of the LGBTQ2+ people in the federal public service over the last 5 decades. Their sacrifice and courage have led us to this moment, to this award. The people and initiative we are recognizing today are exactly what we need to keep driving positive change and to be a public service that is much more inclusive, safe, and representative of the Canadians we serve. So, congratulations, thank you, and keep up the momentum.
Merci, Madame Tremblay. Votre soutien est très important pour nous. Maintenant, passons au prix. The response to these first-time awards has been nothing short of incredible. I know the evaluation committee was truly blown away by what they saw coming in. They received 50 nominations from 27 departments, and all 50 were deemed complete and ready for evaluation. Selecting winners was a huge challenge. I only wish we had 50 awards to give out. In fact, based on the massive support, we now have more awards than originally planned. That means today we're celebrating 6 Agents of Change Awards, 1 Pride Network Award, 1 Workplace Pride Initiative Award, and 2 Career Impact Awards. Même s'il y a des prix supplémentaires cette année, le comité a dû prendre des décisions très difficiles. Voici maintenant les lauréats et lauréates. Dans la première catégorie, le prix de l'agent de changement. These awards recognize advocates and leaders for initiating and leading action to remove systemic barriers and advancing the inclusion and integration of LGBTQ2+ communities in the federal public service. In announcing winners of the Agent of Change Award, and indeed for all the winners in all the categories, we'll give their names and say a little something about them, and then we'll see a short video from the winners themselves. C'est maintenant le temps du dévoilement. Toutes nos félicitations aux lauréats et lauréates de cette année. Le premier prix va à Joanne Charret, directrice générale de la région de l'Atlantique de l'Agence des services frontaliers du Canada. Agente de changement influente, Joanne, comme l'a décrite une collègue, est la gestionnaire que nous voulons tous avoir en début de carrière.
En tant que championne LGBTQ2+, de l'ASFC, mes priorités ont été de rassembler les gens et d'ouvrir les portes aux opportunités. Il y a longtemps, je me suis fait la promesse d'être authentique et d'apporter des changements positifs dans le milieu du travail. Je suis tellement reconnaissante d'être entourée de personnes extraordinaires, notamment notre comité et nos coprésidents. Ensemble, nous avons accompli de grandes choses et je sais que nous pouvons en accomplir beaucoup plus. Je suis fière de représenter la communauté LGBTQ2+, au sein du leadership de la fonction publique fédérale et je suis heureuse d'accepter le prix de l'agent de changement. Merci beaucoup.
David De Silva, Program Manager within Global Affairs Canada, currently posted to Nairobi, Kenya, is our next winner. One line from his nomination really illustrates why David is winning this award, and I quote, "David doesn't wait for change, he brings change wherever he goes."
Je m'appelle David Da Silva et je travaille à l'Haut Commissariat du Canada au Kenya, en Afrique. C'est vraiment avec beaucoup de l'honneur que j'accepte le prix de l'agent de changement. I know that I'm privileged to serve Canada overseas and to be able to be my true self while doing so. I'm surrounded by all sorts of inspirational people, whether it's the local staff at the mission who have to confront cultural norms every single day, or the fierce and fearless activists that work on LGBT issues in a country where it's illegal or dangerous, or members of the Pride Network within the department who are working to make the workplace more inclusive for all of our staff in Canada and at our 178 missions abroad. Merci beaucoup pour le prix and keep up the great work. Thanks.
Richard Hansen, Manager of Resourcing at the Canada Revenue Agency, also wins the Agent of Change Award. Referred to in this nomination as an educator at heart, Richard encourages and supports his employees to create resources and engage in activities and conversations with senior leadership that impact the entire agency.
It's an honor and a privilege to have been nominated and selected for this award, so thank you for all those who are involved in that. I want to give a big shout out to all of those who are doing work across the public service on LGBTQ2+ inclusion, and a special shout to the Public Service Pride Network and the CRA LGBTQ2+ network folks who I've worked closely with, and it's been a great privilege. So thank you very much to everyone and keep doing what you're doing.
Our next winner is Taryn Husband, a former development officer at Global Affairs Canada and now an employee at Employment and Social Development Canada. Taryn has spoken openly about his experiences as a trans man working at GAC. And as his nomination pointed out, he made a pivotal contribution to transforming the GAC Pride Network's annual event to mark Transgender Day of Remembrance in 2020.
Hi, my name is Taryn Husband, and I am pleased and honored to accept the Agent of Change Public Service Pride Award. I would like to thank Marie-Christine Lecomte and Cheryl Urban for nominating me, and I would really like to thank the members of the Global Affairs Canada Pride Network for all of the support and work that they've put in to support me as we worked to really make a difference in our workplace. So thank you, and keep up the great work.
Teresa Joudry, directrice de la région de l'Atlantique de Services aux Autochtones Canada, est notre 5e lauréate du prix de l'agent de changement. Comme l'a écrite un de ses collègues dans sa mise en candidature, Teresa est clairement une championne dans la communauté et partage toujours ses messages positifs à tout le personnel de la région.
Quay, I'm honored to be joining you from the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq of Nova Scotia. I feel blessed to be the recipient of an Agent of Change Award, something that wouldn't be possible without the support of my colleagues here in the Atlantic region and across Canada. I challenge you all to do what you can to make your workplace safe and inclusive. Thanks again.
And last up, we celebrate Tamara Lopez, Border Services Officer with the Canada Border Services Agency. Active within the public service and as a volunteer with the Milton Public Library, Tamara is known to her colleagues as a vibrant role model for those who might be trying to figure out their own sexual orientation or gender identity.
First and foremost, this is quite a shock for me. I am truly humbled to have been selected as one of the recipients of the first ever Public Service Pride Awards. I want to thank Kimberly Walker for submitting a nomination and to Director David Gloss for endorsing it. I share this award and my successes with all of you, to those who have continuously supported my endeavors and believed in my abilities. I will continue to be an advocate for 2S LGBTQ+ rights, a leader by way of promoting education and delivering training, as well as an agent of change for the future. Thank you once again to everyone. I am truly honored.
Passons maintenant au prix du Réseau de la Fierté. Ce prix est décerné à un réseau de la fierté d'un ministère ou d'un organisme qui s'est démarqué durant l'année en regroupant les membres de la communauté LGBTQ2+, et leurs alliés afin de faire progresser l'égalité en matière d'identité de genre et d'orientation sexuelle. The 2021 Pride Network Award goes to the Gender and Sexual Diversity Inclusiveness Network at Agriculture and Agri-Foods Canada. The network comprises 5 colleagues: Jeremy Diaz, Shai Lawson, Timothy Schwinghammer, Andrea Plant, and Lydia Lippick. Quoting from their nomination, they support the advancement of sexual orientation and gender identity equality across the department, and in collaboration with other government department partners to increase awareness of LGBTQ2+ issues and realities across the federal public service.
Hello, my name is Lydia Lippick, and I'm a co-chair of Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada's Gender and Sexual Diversity Inclusion Network. I'm deeply honored today to accept the Network Public Service Pride Award on behalf of the GSDIN. I would like to thank all the folks who contributed to the work of the GSDIN, especially our members who have volunteered their time, as well as folks across the federal public service who have contributed to making the Public Service Pride Week a great reason to celebrate. Thank you.
Now, we'd like to celebrate the winners of the Workplace Initiative of the Year Award. This award celebrates an individual or a team for a novel workplace policy, plan, event, or activity that has demonstrated benefit for LGBTQ2+ inclusion in the workplace. Cette année, ce prix est décerné à un ensemble de 10 personnes provenant de divers ministères et organismes qui ont travaillé ensemble à mettre en place des toilettes universellement accessibles au complexe des terrasses de la Chaudière. Il s'agit d'employés de Patrimoine canadien, du CRTC, de Relations Couronne autochtones et Affaires du Nord-Canada et de Services aux Autochtones Canada. These colleagues vibrantly demonstrate the ethos of our Public Service Pride Awards. And as a line from their nomination highlights, this was a powerful model of interdepartmental grassroots collaboration in order to achieve a common purpose and increase overall workplace well-being and the mental health of employees.
Hi, my name is Andrea Polgar, she, her, they, them, and I'm from Searnac.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Missy Marston-Schmelzer de Patrimoine Canadien.
It is with great emotion and honor that we sit before you all to receive the Workplace Initiative of the Year Public Service Pride Award on behalf of the entire team behind the Universal Accessible Washrooms and the Terrasse de la Chaudière Complex initiative.
Nous sommes tellement fiers d'avoir une fonction publique avec des prix de la fierté. C'est important. Félicitations tout le monde. We hope that everyone will take the initiative to set up universal accessible washrooms in their workplace. I know people are working on it already. Call us, call PSPC. It's just the beginning. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, thank you.
The Career Impact Award closes out our celebrations today. The Evaluation Committee created this brand new category to recognize individuals who have made long-standing impacts throughout their careers. Je suis très heureux de vous annoncer que le premier prix pour l'ensemble des réalisations va à Guy Desaulniers, gestionnaire vérification interne à la Commission de la fonction publique. Guy défend avec passion, depuis plus de 30 ans, les droits de la communauté LGBTQ2+. Guy is retiring this summer, having fostered a culture of respect and inclusivity for countless colleagues over his career. In quoting from his nomination, Guy has never sought the spotlight. Rather, he's been a champion in building a barrier-free society where everyone is accepted for who they are. Nous aimerions aussi te souhaiter, à toi Guy, une excellente retraite.
Bonjour, oui. Merci au comité organisateur pour l'insigne honneur qui m'est conféré aujourd'hui, que j'accueille avec humilité. Je tiens à féliciter toutes les personnes mises en nomination pour ce prestigieux prix. Je vous encourage à poursuivre vos démarches afin de donner une voix aux frères et sœurs minoritaires et à faire résonner cette voix pour sensibiliser nos pairs aux enjeux de la communauté LGBTQ2+. Finalement, je tiens à remercier tous mes collègues qui, au fil de ma carrière, m'ont permis d'être moi-même et ainsi de contribuer à la richesse de la diversité, de l'inclusion et de la fierté dans la fonction publique fédérale. Miigwech, merci et bonne semaine de la fierté.
The second Career Impact Award goes to Artur Wilczynski, Associate Deputy Chief at the Communications Security Establishment. Artur has been a trusted and transformative advocate for LGBTQ2+ rights over the course of his 31 years of service. As a colleague wrote about working with him, they say, I personally felt comfortable enough to raise an issue directly with Artur. The first time I'd ever disclosed my own identity to anyone in management.
Bonjour chers amis, mon nom est Artur Wilczynski et je veux remercier Fierté à la fonction publique pour ce merveilleux prix. I'm deeply honored that my colleagues Andrew Burdenyuk and Dan Rogers nominated me for a Public Service Pride Award. It has been a privilege to work with them and others at the Communication Security Establishment, one of the most inclusive organizations I've ever had the privilege of working with, truly working in support of LGBTQ2+ rights and really building an inclusive, welcoming, and diverse community. Over 30 years in the public service in 5 departments, having the privilege to serve Canadians as an ambassador, as the head of foreign intelligence operations within CSE, it's been a great honor to be able to work on human rights and inclusion across the public service. I want to thank you for this recognition. Je veux vous remercier pour cette grande honneur. I really want to thank my husband of over 30 years, Randy Stalker, for all of his support. And I want to wish everyone a very happy Pride. Bonne fierté tout le monde.
Hello everyone, bonjour. My name is Jason Bett, and as Joelle said earlier, I'm very proud to be the Public Service Pride Champion. I'd like to start by congratulating all the nominees and by thanking all of you. Public Service Pride Awards were only created this year, And with the help of Deputy Clerk Tremblay and many other leaders, as well as our colleagues at Innovation, Science and Economic Development and the members of the Evaluation Committee, we did it. But there would be no Public Service Pride Awards without all of you. It's that simple. Your energy and enthusiasm brought these awards to life. But you do much more than that. Votre courage a fait que cette semaine, nous hissons les drapeaux de la fierté sur plus de 120 édifices gouvernementaux de tout le pays et dans nos missions canadiennes à l'étranger. Votre engagement envers l'inclusion et l'intersectionnalité a aussi contribué à créer des environnements de travail meilleurs et plus sécuritaires dans la fonction publique et dans la société canadienne en général. En présentant ces prix, je tiens à rappeler que nous célébrons des gens qui se préoccupent des besoins des autres, mais aussi des gens fiers d'être ce qu'ils sont. Et nous prenons clairement position au sujet du passé, du présent et de l'avenir. In other words, these awards are all about seizing the moment to loudly and proudly say, yes, we've come a long way over 50 years. Yes, we should celebrate who we are today. And yes, there is more work still to be done. The fact is, some really exciting things are happening throughout the Public Service Pride network, and the awards being only one amazing example of that. Consider recent amendments to the Public Service Employment Act, or PSEA, which received royal assent on June 29th. The PSEA now incorporates a new definition of equity-seeking groups that includes 4 designated groups under the Employment Equity Act. And this new definition includes the LGBTQ2+ community, which is not currently designated under the Employment Equity Act. This is a huge milestone, et c'est une étape importante qui aidera à réaliser la vision d'une fonction publique complètement diversifiée et inclusive. Ensemble, nous allons continuer de faire avancer la cause de la communauté LGBTQ2+ au sein du gouvernement. Now, many of you have heard me speak passionately about Pride over the years, and trust me, I could go on and on. Instead, I'll ask a friend of mine who made speaking passionately an art form to share his perspectives on what these awards mean. Over to you, Rick.
Thank you, Jason, and congratulations to all the winners. I'm Rick Mercer, and I'm coming to you from my gay shed, which is next to my gay cabin in gay Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm not complaining. It's a pretty awesome shed, I got to tell you. I got a view of the ocean. I've got a wood stove. I even have a workbench, although I don't really have any tools. If anything goes wrong, I have a corkscrew and a couple of glow sticks left over from Pride 2019. When I was asked to say a few words today, I think mostly I was shocked to learn that these awards were not, in fact, many years old. But of course, that's not the case. And really, could an award show like this have existed 10 years ago? Not a chance. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that long ago that if you were in the public service, you could lose your job because of your sexual orientation. I mean, if they even got a whiff that you were in the queer community, they could bring you in a room and they'd hook you up to the fruit machine. And that was like a doohickey that went on your head, and they would broadcast images of a supposedly arousing nature, and they could tell, looking at the way your eyes dilated, whether or not you were a homosexual or a part of what they called the homosexual underground. So I guess for the men, they would show them pictures of, say, Cary Grant smoking a cigarette, and for the women, maybe a picture of a lady farmer on a tractor. Anyway, that was a very dark period in our history, not to be forgotten, but it illustrates just how far we have come, to the point we are here, celebrating our diversity and our pride. So to the winners, to the nominees, and to everyone fostering a culture of inclusion within the public service, on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you very much. Be well, be proud.
Thank you, Rick, and thank you, Jason. Your positive energies could seriously power cities and towns across Canada. These awards celebrate so much, and they are incredibly timely. Les 18 derniers mois ont été difficiles pour tout le monde. Nous avons été séparés et à plusieurs égards isolés. Malgré la pandémie, un profond sentiment d'appartenance s'est développé, a brisé notre isolement et nous a permis de créer des liens très étroits. So, as we close out these awards today, let's celebrate equity, diversity, and inclusion while also celebrating what we all did together in moving through and beyond another massive challenge. Today, our LGBTQ2+ community is strong, and tomorrow will be even stronger.
Thanks, Doreen. And thank you to everyone joining us today. What an incredible feeling to be a part of these awards. Plusieurs éléments resteront gravés dans ma mémoire, notamment le nombre impressionnant de personnes qui, dans la fonction publique, sont de véritables moteurs de changement. Je suis impatient de voir quels défis le réseau de la fierté à la fonction publique va maintenant relever. And as Jason said, there is still work to be done. This is but the beginning. The network will no doubt keep working on several key issues for our community, and we can't wait to see which initiatives, departments, and individuals will be profiled at the 2022 awards next year. And I know it's going to be awesome. So from both of us, thank you, miigwech, merci, and we'll see you next year for the 2022 Public Service Pride Awards.